Welcome to Where's My Sign, where we share stories of how God has touched our hearts and affirmed His existence and love for us. I'm your host, Amy Artong, and today is just a little intro to the show that's coming on January 3rd. For those of you listening, hello, and thank you for following along. I'm excited to get this show started. Now, on January 3rd's episode, I'll be sharing my own story, and then the following episodes will be stories of some wonderful guests who wanted to share their experiences of the times they just knew God was surrounding them. So I do hope that the sharing of my story and the stories of others will lift you up on your journey with Christ or give you reassurance of His existence. Because we are definitely not alone, and we have wonderful angels of God surrounding us, helping us to bring us closer to Christ. My journey has been an interesting one, but before I tell my story, I would like you to keep in mind that while God speaks to us through His prophets, His angels, and Scripture, He certainly can be found nudging us in different ways if we are open to Him. I keep pondering about Moses and the burning bush, right? And I think about how I personally would have experienced that situation, and I have to say, I don't think I would have handled it with quite such composure like Moses, which is why Moses is Moses and God made me to be who I am. So, but let's just think about Moses, right? So here's Moses. He's walking along, tending the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, when all of a sudden he sees a burning bush. Yet the bush isn't on fire, so he decides he's going to go inspect it a little bit further. Now, I have to say, if this was me, I would not have been inspecting further. I'd have been like, that's weird. I'm going to try and move along and pretend maybe I didn't see that. Maybe whatever's going on over there won't notice me. That would have been me, right? So, but nonetheless, not Moses. Nope. Moses decides he needs to inspect a little further. So he goes on in. And then next thing you know, as he approaches this burning yet not so burning bush, he hears, "Moses, Moses, here am I." Now, I'm just imagining that's what the voice would be like, this big, strong voice, right? "Moses, Moses, here am I." I just, I don't know. Anyway, so this is what I kind of envision, right? But anyhow, I guess it could have been Moses. "Moses, here am I." I mean, I guess it could have been, but it just seems like if it's God speaking, it would have been pretty dramatic. But nonetheless, I think it's very safe to say that if I had been in Moses' shoes, that even if I would have had the courage to inspect that bush, which I know I wouldn't have, surely not. And I certainly would have hit the ground, and I don't mean in the hit the ground running kind of way, but in the fear and of the passing out kind. But nonetheless, back to the story. He hears these words, and the bush starts giving orders, and he learns it's God, and because he had courage to endure, was open to God, and had the spirit and graces of God to handle that situation because, well, he was chosen to do so, he was like, cool, I hear you speaking to me, God. Show me your way. And he was open to seeing God, taking it all in, and doing God's will in his life. So God literally spoke to Moses, and had he chickened out, no one would have ever been set free. And God would have had to just find somebody else to do his plan. So this is why I say we should be open to his nudges, because if we aren't, we may miss that he's speaking to us at all. And you could end up doing like what I did the first half of my life and running or passing out or missing everything he's been trying to tell me to do. Now, with that being said, you'll learn more about my story on January 3rd's podcast. But I just kind of wanted to share this thought and what was going through my mind as pondering on Moses and that burning bush and how God was speaking to him. So I look forward to sharing my story and the stories of others with you on January 3rd, and we'll see you soon. You have been enjoying a production of iBelieve.media. Have a blessed day.